Hi, I'm Steve Shelburne, owner and operator of Shelburne RV here in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee. Well, good morning. Welcome back to Shelburne RV. Glad you guys are back here with us on another week. Business has definitely changed for the better. We're seeing more and more campers come in, which is good. I've actually hired 3 new guys, so they're starting to make a dent in things. So getting this stuff turned around as quickly as we can for you guys, and obviously we're doing it the right way because you keep coming in. So I've got 2 basement airs that are being this week. Gonna work on them. Got a big integrity coach. Came in with a roof leak and a generator that won't run unless it's hooked to shore power. So we're gonna look at that. We've got a roof that we're gonna start on this week. But as you can see, I have been busy the last week. I tried to get as much filming as I could, but as you can see, all but I think I got this tree and there's 3 right there that are still up, but I got to get them down. But all the big stuff's on the ground, and trying to get this developed out for more RV storage. So excuse me, it's been a lot of sitting on the machine and pushing trees and jumping off and chainsawing them. So I've had my hands full with that. The boys have been doing real good here at the shop, keeping things rolling so I could get out here and piddle, which is what it takes. So we got a few things going on. Let's go in here and check them out. So this 2008 Winnebago Vectra that came in, the customer had stated that it was popping the line 1 breaker for the compressor. So we got in here with our test box hooked up to it, and it was pulling 42 amps on compressor 1. So Lewis went ahead and pulled it out. Now he's got it in here. I've already done the compressor swap on it, updated the compressor, updated the capacitor, and then we did find out that the outdoor fan motor was shorted out. They had somebody down in Florida had actually disabled the low fan speed on it, and so all he had was high. Well, Lewis checked it and flames come out of the motor. So we had to update the motor, but of course that thing's been sitting for a while and been in there since 08. So it broke one of the screws off in the mounting plate. So he's got that squared away, but we got the unit cleaned out. I've got the new compressor in it. Mr. Lewis is actually working on the fan motor as we speak. So as you can see, we got it on the test bench. The coils are nice and clean now. Lewis went in here and washed it all out. I've got the new compressor in, got the tap on it. Those wires are for the outdoor fan motor. So Lewis is working at the moment trying to get we had a bolt that broke off in there. So he's gone in there and put another different stud on there. And that sometimes happens because these things sit for a long time and, you know, just things get rusted out. Now, I did have another one come in today, a 2000 model Winnebago Sun Cruiser, and customer had brought this in. Well, somebody had gone in here and changed out the control board, but because the wires are a little short, and they are sometimes when you update to the new board, they left the screws out and then just ran a zip tie to hold the board in there. So obviously I don't like that. Now this is the pressure switch. We always take those away. We've had issues with the pressure switches over the years. So I'm just gonna wire those wires back into the lifeline harness. So I actually went in here and fixed some of the wiring that they had. Didn't really like that. I had some, when you update these boards, that wire on line 2 gets added because there's not a wire on the original board. So they didn't have that wire. They had just tried to use this thing. Actually, no, they used this one. It's too many connections for me. So I dug around in some of my old kits and found the correct wire for that. So I went ahead and updated that and got all that back in place, and that one's good. So it's been a little chilly here today, so I actually ran that unit in heat pump mode on my test box, and it was 68 degrees in the coach, and we had 104.5 degrees coming through the furthest vent up there. So I let it run at that temperature. We had good amp draws. I let it run at that temperature for about 20 minutes, and then we went in there and changed it over to air conditioner mode. And we had 69 degrees when I changed it over, and we had 41 coming out of the vent up in the front. So obviously the charge is good. Everything's right. It just, the wiring was just a little bit of a nightmare. Somebody just didn't do it the right way. So I did put it back on the coach thermostat. I did run it in air conditioner mode, 69 and 41.2. So that one there is good to go. We're going to send it on its way. Let's take a look at this reflection that I had come in with roof problems. Let's take a look at this, because this one here had some real bad soft spots. Let's look at this one right quick. We got the reflection up here, and we've got the roof stripped. Now, you can see that was obviously a problem, because the air conditioner couldn't even pull down tight enough right there, because the wood is got an issue. This thing had obviously been leaking for a while. So we've got several pieces of plywood that we're going to have to go in here and change. This one's been leaking for a while, and you can see there's a spot over there has been leaking for a while. But yeah, it's got some issues, and we tried to save the bathroom skylight, but it's just too far gone. So obviously got a little bit of work here. I'm gonna have to call the customer, because we didn't quote enough plywood for this job, because we tried to get up here and feel all the soft spots, but obviously it's, that one there is going to have to be changed, and those two are going to have to be changed. They felt soft, but they didn't really feel that bad. So I have to call him and have a conversation with him. But you can see that skylight, it actually had a little bit of a crack down there, and I suppose you could probably save it and reuse it, but at the end of the day, paying a lot of money for a roof, need to get that updated. But you can see there's quite a bit going on with this. So as we get this going a little further, we'll show you more. So we went to run this basement air, and we didn't have no outdoor fan, but you can see the trace got burned out of that, probably when that fan motor went nuclear. All right, well, there's another basement air done, and heading back to the great state of Minnesota. So they were traveling through from their winter stay in Florida. Came through, and Lewis and I got them all fixed up. So they're on their way back to Florida. So thanks again for stopping and giving us the opportunity to get that under control for you. So the boys are back at it again this morning. It's a little bit on the chilly side, kind of odd for Chattanooga in this time of year, but hey, it ain't 100 degrees out yet, which is okay. I'd rather sweat than freeze. I don't like the cold. So they finished up the torque fifth wheel. You guys saw we were doing that replacement floor in there. They've got that all finished up. And that one's ready to go back to the customer. So they've got that, and then you can see Mr. Adrian's up on the roof of that big Class A right there. We had some roof leaking issues up there, and we got to looking at the sealant. The sealant's just really, really bad. So he's up there touching up on that. Let's go ahead here and check out that roof job we looked at, because we got that apart and it's got a lot of water damage in there. Let's go up there and check that out right quick. All right, well, we're back here on a Thursday morning, and one of the things I kind of want to talk to you guys about is refrigerators here this morning. Had a little bit of an experience that I want to share with you guys. And you can see this is Daddy's old ammonia recharging system, where we would actually take and put the ammonia back in the refrigerators. And that's what that was our main business back in 07. Refrigerators was it, ammonia refrigerators was it. Now the industry's changing. I was told this, and I don't know if it's true or not, but 2023, you cannot buy a camper with an ammonia refrigerator in it. I don't know how true that is. It may be true. If it is, I think it's a sad day in our industry. I'm not a big fan of the 12-volt refrigerators that are coming out. I'm having tons and tons of problems with them. This one here being case in point. We have a customer right now that's got a brand new camper that he's got one of these brands that's not cooling. And so, of course, he called and said, hey, what's the warranty? Oh, well, it's under warranty. You just got to get somebody out there to look at it. So, of course, he's living in it. He can't bring it to us. So we sent the mobile service team out there to go out there and look at it. And it ended up, it's not it's just not cooling. And so we called in and they said, well, you need to put a controller on. The controller's the problem. So they went and ordered us in a controller. Week later, sent the boys out again, which again is a second service call. Of course, the guy's not happy that he's having to pay the service call. Well, then come to find out they don't pay for none of the diag. So now he's got 2 service call bills, and they won't pay for the diag to diag the refrigerator. Well, after putting the new control board on, it still don't work. So this manufacturer said, well, we're just going to replace the whole refrigerator. Now, this refrigerator's been sitting here 2 weeks. The guy is so pissed off about this refrigerator that he won't even return my phone calls now. So I've got this brand new refrigerator sitting here, and I can't get a hold of him because he's mad. Obviously he's had to pay 2 service calls, had to pay the diag fee. They're not reimbursing him for any of this. And then now we've got this refrigerator sitting here, which he will have to pay us to come out with a service call, but they'll give us a little bit of time to change out the refrigerator. If you haven't seen my video back before, there's a few videos back called Cousin Gary Gives Furion a Thumbs Up. You may want to check that one out because that was another issue that we were having with 12-volt refrigerator. Not a big fan. I'm seeing lots and lots of problems, but you guys are the ones that are going to be dealing with it the most. I mean, you're getting stuck with this stuff, and some of it works, some of it doesn't. I've got customers that have really good luck out of these, and other ones that have horrible experiences. But unfortunately, the industry is going to this particular style refrigerator, which I think is sad because of all the problems you guys are fixing to have. So, want to share that with you guys. Just some of the pains that we see in the RV industry. I don't know what the right answer is. Obviously I haven't figured out a way to fix those, or if I really want to. Those Chinese built products sometimes aren't the best quality, and a lot of that stuff's built with aluminum tubing, and I don't know how in the world, at least with the Coleman Basement areas, it's all copper. I can fix copper. Aluminum's a different story. So I don't know what the right answer is, but good luck with you guys that have that 12-volt stuff. We'll see how it's going to pan out in the next few years. But there you go, my 2 cents. Well, it happened again. A week later, here we are. There's another one that went under the bridge and got destroyed. Let's go inside and take a look. Okay, so last week on the video, you saw us working on a Truma on-demand hot water heater that had a surge tank that had some freeze damage. Well, we got in the surge tank, got the hot water heater together, and that's when we noticed that the circulation pump obviously had blowed the top out of it. So Tuesday, I got a hold of Truma, told them, hey, listen, this is going in a guy's camper. He sold it. There's a customer flying in from Cali. He'll be here Friday morning. I've got to have this circulation pump. Anyway, you can expedite the shipment on this so I can have it in 2 days because they're up in Elkhart. Yeah, no problem. I'll flag it. I'll get you in the queue. We'll have somebody get with you here shortly. Well, at 4 o'clock, I get an email saying, hey, looking that you need a part expedited. Well, I try to call them. Of course, at 4 o'clock, can't get a hold of me. So Wednesday at 11, I finally get a hold of them. I'm like, listen, I need this part next day aired. I don't care about the freight, pay the freight. Let's just get the part shipped. Okay, no problem. We'll get it out, give us your credit card. So I give them my credit card. Well, at 4 o'clock again, credit card declined. So I call them Thursday morning. I'm like, listen, what is going on? So she gets me all in the system, figures out what part we need. Takes down my credit card information. Well, she tries to run the credit card, it won't go. I said, well, let me give you another card. Okay, that card went through. So I hung up. Next day aired it. then I get a call from them and they said, well, that credit card didn't work. So this is like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, guys, at like 3:55. I'm like, guys, I got to have this thing next day aired. And you guys are telling me that this has all been declined. And now, you know, it's probably after hours to get to be able to get the next day air. She's like, no, I'll take it personally, get it over to the postal service and we'll get it next day aired. So she runs my credit card again. Well, like 5 minutes after I hang up, I get an email from a credit card company saying that they didn't get the information right and it denied the credit card charge. So now I'm panicking. So I'm like, oh my gosh, now we're not gonna get this part. This guy's flying in. So I got an email like 30 minutes later that said the part had shipped. So I'm like, okay, great. So come in today, next day air package shows up and I've got a water filter. So I've been struggling with this all week long, and at the end of the day, I still did not get the part I needed with the correct part number next day aired to me. So now I've got this guy that's got to cancel a plane flight, coming in to pick up this camper he bought. And so, as you can imagine, not very happy with me. Of course, you know, I've been trying to deal with this with Truma since Tuesday, and it's so frustrating because here I am a dealer and it's like, can't go online, can't order it online. At least with Aquahot, I can go online and order my own parts, but Truma, I can't do this. And you got to talk to the agent, and this agent's got to talk to that agent, and then they've got to talk to their shipping department. And so, yeah, here I have got a very upset customer that had to cancel a plane trip because we can't next day air the correct part. So this is one of the struggles that, you know, I want you guys to hear me talk about and see. I mean, I'm not bashing Truma. Truma makes a fine product, but obviously Tuesday we had plenty of time to get a part next day aired. And of course, you know, here we go. So there it is, sitting on the table, still broke, no part to fix it. So we'll see. I've got to dive into that on Monday because there's no way I could even if I next day aired it now, I mean, I can't even get it, and I'm not even sure I'm going to get the right part on a Friday. I'm not even willing to try that, so I'm just going to deal with it on Monday. The guy's going to put his plane trip off until next week sometime when I get the right part. But yeah, some of the struggles we deal with here in the RV world. So you saw a couple weeks ago in a video this big Providence we were working on. We pulled the Cummins generator out of it, and we were having a little bit, it was an inverter generator, and I was almost for certain that the inverter portion of the board was bad. Now that thing was like $2,800. So I took it down to Cummins and dropped it off and let them look at it just to verify that I was correct, because like I said, I've only seen one of these inverter generators before. So the customer did call me a little bit ago and tell me that the inverter was bad. Cummins wanted a fortune to put it in, so he put it in himself, and he's going to be bringing the generator back up to us next week to reinstall. But yeah, it was a bad inverter generator, so got that coming back next week. Work on getting that put in. So kind of wrapping up here on a Friday. Got a bunch going on next week. We've got several basement airs coming in next week, and just loaded right now, which is good. So maybe we finally kind of made it over the hump, which is good. We'll see. It's still a little scary out there because the interest rates and all are still so high, and my friends that sell are still, they're down. But at least the mechanical side is starting to pick up for us. So thanks for watching. Appreciate everybody, all the comments we had last week on the roof damage job. You saw it, guys. Man, I got probably the most comments I've had on one video. So, and of course you guys will be commenting on that slide-in camper that had all that damage. So yeah, it's crazy. So till next week, hope everybody has a great weekend. Thanks for watching, and remember, this video is Cousin Gary approved. Take care.